Hello and welcome Universe Mode. This is Muff Day Night Raw because let's be honest, we actually have no idea what day this really is going to go up on, but nevertheless, glossing over that, we are on the we are well and truly on the way to Money in the Bank. So much so that we are almost done with being on the road, so much so that we've almost parked up into the car park and prepared for Money in the Bank in Chicago, Illinois this Sunday. However, there is still one more set of shows to get through, including some other stuff regarding that NXT brand. But what does that really matter? Because right now, here tonight, Raw is where we are going to be, and Raw is what we're going to be doing and other stuff like that. As you see there tonight, the big match is going to be the two men in the Money in the Bank ladder match, Triple H and Roman Reigns squaring off one-on-one against each other. Both men qualified for Money in the Bank. Both men have a good shot of winning it, but both men would like that little extra favorite. I guess the idea of being the favorite heading into that match on Sunday. But that's the real talking point right there. Here tonight, face-to-face in the ring with one another, is challenger and champion meeting. CM Punk and Marty Scurll face-to-face with one another, just a few days away from Money in the Bank. And the biggest thing regarding this, the Raw General Manager setting in place, after what he's seen over these last few weeks, neither man can get their hands on one another. Meaning, they've got to keep their hands to themselves, away from the man that they want to attack, away from the man that they have already thrown into the match with a varying degree of moves. They have to save that for this Sunday. No attacking tonight, or else, Dauro said, serious repercussions are on their way. Speaking of Dauro Ranallo, he is not here tonight due to the fact that, well, he's on a commentary tonight, due to the fact that he is, as he said, training Lars Sullivan ahead of the title match this Sunday. Yes, he is training. If you've seen Dauro Ranallo, you would know that he is not a man who is training. Comes out here wearing a Hawaiian shirt all the time. Anyway, regardless of that, we're going to move on to our first contest here tonight. It does actually involve a man who, well, it involves the man who Lars Sullivan is fighting this Sunday. That is going to be the United States Champion, Bryan, and as you can tell, he is fighting the glorious one, Bobby Roode, to start things off here on Monday Night Raw. Now, Roode, of course, has kind of struggled to make that starting impact since arriving in this universe. Not this universe, sorry. He's been incredibly successful within this universe. Since arriving within this brand that is Monday Night Raw, he has not had the utmost and I guess you could say strongest chance that he would like. He has not had the best start, and that probably won't change here tonight, but it could change after Money in the Bank. You never know. Raw is always a place that is, Raw is a place that's known for being ever changing. Could certainly change on its way following Money in the Bank and on to the Raw exclusive pay-per-view, which of course is just 2 weeks after Money in the Bank, as we have worked out. SmackDown Live one not going to be for another 6 weeks. ECW's one going to be in 4 weeks. So we have worked all that out. And yeah, you're welcome for our for spoiling the pay-per-view order, but we don't know the pay-per-views right now. We will probably know Raws by next Monday, but ECWs and SmackDowns are still work in progress. So with that being said, here is the glorious one anyway. Going back to Monday Night Raw, the glorious one, Bobby Roode loading up for this matchup. Him and Bryan, I believe, have squared off in the past on probably far more than one occasion. And this will be a very interesting match. Both men in their own ways, very strongly technical wrestlers. Very apt in their own ability, but Bobby Roode, of course, is much more of a slower, methodical kind of technical wrestler, whereas Bryan kind of incorporates technical wrestling and a lot of strikes to him as well. And that submission-based offense as well, which Bobby Roode doesn't really possess. He doesn't really have going for him, so that could be his disadvantage, but it could also be an advantage to him as well. If he's able to shut down Bryan's speed here tonight, it could be a great upset for Bobby Roode. Here comes that United States Champion. Bryan getting ready to take on the Freak Lars Sullivan this Sunday at Money in the Bank. But he knows wherever he goes, wherever it ends up being, be it New Orleans here tonight, be it Chicago this Sunday, be it Egypt the next Monday. The yes movement is always going to be willing Daniel Bryan on wherever he goes, as it has here tonight. Daniel Bryan looking to make something happen for him here tonight on Monday Night Raw, looking to get a victory here. He witnessed what Lars Sullivan did to the former #1 contender in Jay Lethal last week. That brutal, almost, well, that brutal, just destructive beatdown. What was that for my voice? That brutal, destructive beatdown by Lars Sullivan last week. And, yeah, Daniel Bryan, you know, A, he doesn't want it to be him this Sunday, and B, he'd like to actually try and show that he is able to put on one hell of a fight in the same breath. But there we go. Nice handshake to start things off between the two. And we are underway now in this one. Let's see how this one will start. Let's see how this one means to go on. Daniel Bryan and Bobby Roode in the corner there. Clean break between the two, as you'd expect, given the fact that we just saw a handshake between them. Roode now going to be the one to back him up all the way across the ring there, showing his physical superiority. And another clean break in the corner there. Crowd applauds it. And Bobby Roode has decided that's not what he wants to do anymore. He picks up Bryan, able to carry him with ease into the turnbuckle. One thing that Daniel Bryan will not want this match going is an incredibly long amount of time. And Bobby Roode getting that New Orleans crowd on his side, maybe, but that may have come at the behest of Daniel Bryan, who has responded by striking and kicking Bobby Roode quite a few times and probably hurting him quite a bit as well. Irish whip now by Roode. Off the ropes he goes. Nice little slam there. Roode feeling confident, goes into an early cover, but Bryan kicked out before one count could be made. Very early stages of this matchup now. Let's see what Bryan... oh, Bryan's in for a trip stun gun there. Hung out to dry on the ropes. Dangerous move to be hit with, no doubt about it. And Bobby Roode continuing to go on here. Also, if Roode wins here tonight, it's a great chance for him to get something coming out of Money in the Bank. It's just as simple as that. You know, you beat the champion. Let's say Bryan retains a Money in the Bank, which I really hope he does. Roode is the #1 contender, I think, by default. If Sullivan wins, I think Sullivan wins, then I think Bobby Roode is going to be probably #1 in the rankings, but he's going to need to win a #1 contenders match with a new champion in town. Roode right now, though, goes for some more strikes there. He was overpowering Bryan a little bit there, but it stopped. Nope. Never mind. He turns it back around there and sends Bryan face first into the mat. Up on the shoulders now. Fireman's carry. Cutter there by Bobby Roode. And Roode goes into the cover after it, looking to finish off Bryan, but not going to happen just yet. Bobby Roode showing respect. They're allowing him to get up to his feet before he continues going with some quick strikes there, but Bryan able to respond just as quickly as well. Oh, what an arm drag. And the crowd starting to cheer on Daniel Bryan here, and with good reason, because here come the kicks of Daniel Bryan into the chest. It doesn't matter if you're Bobby Roode or Lars Sullivan, you are most certainly going to be feeling the wrath of those kicks. And this one can do the damage. This one can finish it off. Daniel Bryan in position, looking for the running knee, but Roode counters it. Roode got out of the way of it, and Bobby Roode now in position. Huge move. Glorious DDT to beat Daniel Bryan. 1, 2, and a kick out. Roode can hardly believe it. Bryan kicked out at 2. But I think that was always going to be the case, that one glorious DDT was not going to be enough to finish off Daniel Bryan there. Off the ropes, back elbow, and Bryan just shrugged it off. Incredible piece of work there by Daniel Bryan, and now here he goes. Back suplex there, and Roode feeling the wrath of that one. Daniel Bryan getting all sorts of fired up right now. Here goes Bryan. He is feeling the comeback surging in within him now. Bryan with that backflip over Bobby Roode. Ducks the clothesline. Running elbow. And Bobby Roode finds himself in a precarious bit of trouble with nowhere to go as a result of it. The yes kicks again, raining into the chest of Bobby Roode. That chest is going to be sore in the morning. So too will be the head. And Daniel Bryan now prepping himself up. Moves Bobby Roode into a better position in his eyes and is loaded up and ready to go. The running knee strikes on Bobby Roode. Smashed him in the face with that one. No recovery for Bobby Roode there. And into the cover goes Bryan. This one is over. Daniel Bryan with another victory, heading on the road to Money in the Bank. That is what Bryan needed heading into this Sunday. He needed that win more than anything else, really, and he got it. And it shows to Lars Sullivan just the fight that Daniel Bryan's going to be bringing towards him heading into Money in the Bank. Just the fight that Lars Sullivan better prepare for. Sullivan may be bigger, Sullivan may be tougher, but Daniel Bryan has the heart and the fight and the will of a champion. And he does not want to be apart from his belt. Not just yet, anyways. Will Daniel Bryan hold on to that United States Championship this Sunday? I sure do hope so, that's for certain. But we'll see. We'll see how that one will go. Anyway, I said tonight that Ranallo would not be on commentary because he is training Lars Sullivan ahead of this Sunday, but it seems as if as Daniel Bryan goes out of the ring, we are going to be hearing from Ranallo and Lars Sullivan. Oh, God. So what exactly did we do to deserve this? What exactly? Look at him. This is the guy who's training. This is the guy who is training Lars Sullivan. He certainly looks like a top physical trainer if ever I've seen one. Look at that. He's even wearing the headset. You're not on commentary. Oh my God. We're actually going to have to listen to him, aren't we? Yep, we don't really don't have a choice. Well, this is the worst thing in the world that I could ever ask for.
Ladies and gentlemen, you already know why I'm not here tonight for the rest of the show, and if you don't know, I really don't care. So without further ado, my best friend, here he comes, Lars Sullivan. Look at that, man. Absolute perfection. Yeah, I see you, buddy. Just take a gander at him. Look at that. Representing the brand, wearing red. Just like the best GM in the universe. I love this man. What a perfect specimen. Beautiful. Lars, you've come a long way here on the Raw brand. More than any other superstar on the roster. I mean, you were the runner-up for King of the Ring.
He got eliminated in the semifinals.
You won the honorary United States Championship at WrestleMania. And that was an 8-man ladder match.
He didn't climb the ladder once.
You're one of the most impressive people we have here. And that's why there's no doubt that at Money in the Bank, you're going to become the new United States Champion. You're going to capture your glory because you deserve it. And you are the best, Lars.
Jesus Christ, I think I'm going to be sick in my mouth if this keeps on going.
And that Daniel Bryan punk? Don't even worry about him. He's not taller than your mother. He's not taller than my mother. And he's not even as strong as either of our fathers. It's going to be a piece of cake. And you are going to claim your destiny, Lars. I'm so proud of you.
You're not his dad. Stop being proud. Well, the cringe fest is over between the two, and, well, I'd love to just fucking shoot myself after watching that. There we go. Ranallo heading out of the ring. Lars Sullivan too confused to realize how to leave the ring. He's a bit flustered in that regard. So, Well done, guys. You've made me root for Daniel Bryan even more this Sunday. Congratulations. Anyway, let's move on, please. As quick away from that as we can. Right. We have another singles match on its way up next. We have something that could mean that, you know, we have a match that could mean something heading out of let me find the words. Heading out of wow, I'm blanking so hard right now. Heading out of Money in the Bank. There we go. There, that promo gave me such a cringe that I can't stop thinking about the awfulness of it. Anyway, yeah, this could mean something, you know, heading out of Money in the Bank. Potentially, it's tough to tell, but a victory here for either man could really do something for them, and it certainly seems as if, regardless of what Ranallo just said about Lars Sullivan and the other bullshit, these two men certainly are shining talents on Raw and have a great opportunity to excel following Money in the Bank. Kofi Kingston has been having matches, you know, he's been having tougher and tougher matches as of late. Sure, he hasn't been winning them, but his performances in them have been getting better and better, like Kofi Kingston of last year, just before Dauro Ranallo came in. And this man as well has also been excelling in his own way. Kassius Ohno, we saw him last week against James Storm. A death by elbow, as I was corrected by. Thanks for that, whoever corrected me. Absolutely knocked him out. Absolutely just knocked James Storm out. There was no way he was getting up to his feet, and Ohno wants to continue that going here tonight. You know, there could be respect between himself and Kofi, but at the end of the day, if you're on that death by elbow, it doesn't matter if you're James Storm, Kofi Kingston, CM Punk. You're going to feel the pain of it tomorrow. You might not feel the pain of it right now, because you could very well be knocked out. That's just how things go when it comes to the wrath of Kassius Ohno. We will see how that one will fare, though, in this one. I'm looking forward to it, and I am, you know, with Money in the Bank being so close, and despite the fact that we've already seen the US title, you know, we got the two guys in Money in the Bank squaring off later on tonight, and we've got the World Championship face-off later on tonight as well. I am happy that we're going to be seeing this thing taking place. Just a nice, respectful match between two guys here on Monday Night Raw. So here we go. Colin elbow tie-up. Ohno, of course, the bigger of the two, but Kofi could be seen as the one who is pound for pound stronger. Look at that leaping double foot stomp there by Kofi Kingston to get things started. Both men, though, still countering back and forth. Kassius Ohno now looking for something. Oh, Kofi Kingston with his speed there, able to slip his way out of that one. And a good reverse DDT there. Caught Ohno and made sure that he had no way of getting out of that hold. Very well executed by Kofi Kingston as he keeps on going here. And that standing double foot stomp as well. You know, for as much as the New Day has, for lack of a better term, struggled on Monday Night Raw since Ranallo's come through, Kofi Kingston's starting to shine a little bit more. Hurricanrana there, though, and Ohno goes down. But only temporarily. Ohno right back up to his feet now. These two men countering each other back and forth here. Neither man able to gain an advantage over the other. Both men having to work to get that slight window of opportunity to get in a move. That's a very competitive start by both men in that regard, and that is something that I certainly do like to see. Ohno picks up. Uh-oh, this is going to be powerful for Kingston. Gotch pile driver there. Kofi Kingston certainly not going to be too happy with that one. That is going to hurt. And Ohno now just demonstrating his strength there. Kofi Kingston now on the back foot here, it seems. Kassius Ohno starting to speed through here, looking to get eyes on him, especially the Raw General Manager's eyes, as much as they are fixated on Lars Sullivan. About 23 hours of the day. Great strength, though, being shown by Ohno in this one. You know, just the ability to toss around Kofi Kingston there. But that was a very good counter by Kofi. He didn't try anything outlandish. Didn't try anything, you know, too much. He just swept the leg away from Ohno there, and it worked to his to the best of his abilities. Up to their feet now. Oh, bicycle kick by Kassius Ohno. That is going to certainly change things around. Another German suplex for Kofi. You know, Kofi's been showing signs of getting something really good on the go. Discus forearm. Oh, he could be out cold already. Kassius Ohno truly living up to the initials of his name. There's no doubt about that one. Kofi Kingston's in huge trouble. Up on the shoulders here and powerbomb down onto the ground. And a senton splash that follows through as well. If Kofi Kingston wants to keep on getting eyes on him, he's got to do something big to change things around in the next minute or so. Otherwise, he's going to be out of it. Lovely elbow drop there. Nice combo of moves there by Kassius Ohno now. He has been excelling, really, since that match with CM Punk 2 weeks ago, was it? That main event match really has opened a lot of windows of opportunity for Kassius Ohno, but this match could do the same for Kofi Kingston. Michinoku driver there, but he needs to start fighting back a little bit more now. Forearm shot. Crowd actually trying to cheer Kofi on a little bit here. Falcon Arrow and Ohno goes down. Kofi Kingston using his strength there to pull Ohno up to his feet. Neck breaker maybe. He gets all of it. Oh, was he thinking the boom drop? If he was, Ohno counted his way out of it fairly easily there. That could have been a mistake on the half of Kofi Kingston for being a bit too lax about it, or perhaps not having done enough before it. One little slip up and Ohno will capitalize. We've seen a discus forearm. Now, discus big boot. And the end most certainly feels on its way. Good night, Kofi Kingston. Death by elbow. And you can seal that one up in a bow. Tie it all up. This one's over. There's 2. There's 3. Kassius Ohno is your winner here tonight on Monday Night Raw. That death by elbow again, just the devastation that it brings. Enough to finish off anyone for the time that it needs for Ohno to put someone away. But Kingston, I don't know if he's concussed or not, but he is finding a way to stand up on his feet. And that is what it is all about between those two men. The respect that they share. Kofi Kingston making more strides to become a stronger singles athlete. Kassius Ohno certainly on his way, in my eyes, for something big following Money in the Bank. That was a very nice match to see, and a good victory again for Ohno. Now, though, it is time for respect to be thrown out of the window, because it is time for a match that we saw having its etchlings as far back as Vengeance. It is the Revival against the Good Brothers. Non-title action, but it still means the same. The Revival want to get their hands on the Good Brothers want to get their hands on the Revival, and it will be settled here tonight on Monday Night Raw. The Revival seem ready. Look at the intensity that they have within them as they head towards the ring. They are all geared up and ready to go. They are all business. The top guys are ready for nothing more than to become World Tag Team Champions, and if they win here tonight, well, they are most certainly on their way towards getting that opportunity. The Revival are ready, and I am ready for this one as well. Two teams that I very much so like. Two teams that I enjoy seeing within this universe clashing one-on-one. You have the Revival, perhaps the most technically sound tag team there is in this universe, but you also have the greatest team in this universe. It's not just me who agrees with it. It's not just the Raw General Manager. It's this crowd as well, cheering the Good Brothers on in New Orleans towards the ring. Wherever we go, the crowd is one big Good Brother for these two men. They head towards the ring, the 4-time World Tag Team Champions, but it doesn't seem as if they're going to get all the way there. Dash Wilder, impatient as it seems, has gone on an attack on his own. After the Good Brothers, that may have backfired, but here comes Scott Dawson now. The Revival, it seemed they had planned it all along to go after the Good Brothers on the entrance ramp here. This one breaking down before it can even begin. Scott Dawson and Luke Gallows going at it. Karl Anderson gets German suplexed there on the mat by Dash Wilder. The beatdown is on before this matchup has started. This is what the Revival wanted to do. This is what it's all about for them. This is taking care of business in their own fashion. Anderson and Wilder just squaring up with one another right now. This match has not begun yet, and it is not showing signs of starting either. The brawl continuing on. Referee trying to get anyone out of the ring, trying to start this one off, and Wilder and Anderson in the ring, and the referee's finally rung for the bell. This one can begin, and a German suplex will drive Karl Anderson into the mat. The Revival have taken an early lead in this one. A harsh clubbing blow to the back of Karl Anderson's head there, and now Dash Wilder looks to lead things off here in this tag team matchup. Think about how big victory is for them here for the Revival. It is a undoubtedly confirmed tag team opportunity at the Raw pay-per-view in 2 weeks from now, or 2.5 weeks from now, or almost 3 weeks from now. There we go. I knew I'd get there eventually. However, victory for the Good Brothers here, and that really skews the Revival's plans. Kick in the back, missed. Russian leg sweep drives them down into the mat there, though. Dash Wilder returning to hopefully taking control for the Revival side, but the Good Brothers, I want them to get a comeback here. I want them to get retribution for having been attacked in the entrance ramp. Here comes, though, the technical mindset of the Revival, targeting the leg there of Karl Anderson. Right down on the knee that came, and looking to take away the speed that Anderson can possess in this matchup. Oh, they wanted to win by any means necessary. The Revival taking off that turnbuckle pad now. Karl Anderson still staggering, still dazed. Oh, no, 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 no! Face first into the steel rung. But Karl Anderson able to get up to his feet. But now his head is in all sorts of jeopardy, bouncing off that steel there. That is not going to do you any favors. That, as a matter of fact, is probably going to sting an awful lot. But Karl Anderson looking to make the tag into the biggest brother of them all. The tag is made, and here we go. Luke Gallows is in now, and he wants to get his hands on Scott Dawson, and he most certainly will with that big boot. Here we go. Gutbuster there. And this one now is going to break down. Whoa, the strength of Scott Dawson there, the power he had behind that lariat to crush him down into the mat. Tag made once more, though, and the Revival are planning something. Assisted leg drop there on Luke Gallows, and Dash Wilder once again is the legal man in this one. And the strike's coming out to play. Quick counter, though, by Gallows. Running DDT, no room for Dash Wilder to work with, but he has got Gallows there on the back foot. Tag made now. Dawson, the legal man, once again, and staggering Gallows there. The big man put off balance and into a back suplex by Scott Dawson. Great planning by the Revival, but they couldn't stop Gallows from making the tag. Back into Karl Anderson. Here we go. He runs right at him and right into a lariat. Drop kick there by Karl Anderson. Let's go. This is what it's all about. This is what the 4-time World Tag Team Champions represent. The Good Brothers are all sorts of fired up here. Karl Anderson running drop kick. Will he look for that gun stun, though? Gallows is still recovering on the outside, so the Magic Killer could be too far away. Cover here. There's the count. Will it finish things off? No, it won't. Kick out. Karl Anderson's going to look for it. Karl Anderson going to look for victory. Gun stun. Go on. Make that 3 count. There's one. And oh, Dash Wilder making the save as early as he possibly could. But Gallows getting rid of him there and sending him to the outside. 2-on-1 advantage now to the Good Brothers. This is where they could finish things off. Turnabout being fair play there as the attack on the head there, but Scott Dawson, even on his own, is able to fight back a little bit here. What has Dawson got in mind? Oh no, taking apart the leg that they had targeted earlier. ripping it away from him there, striking, clubbing at the leg. And Karl Anderson now doesn't know where he is. That has really taken him off guard. Oh no, the Revival are in position. No! Shatter Machine from the Revival. Cover. Gallows sent outside. 1, 2. The Revival have beaten the Good Brothers. Oh, you know what that means. The Revival are by de facto the #1 contenders for the World Tag Team titles. There is no doubt in my mind that that is the case at this point. Luke Gallows and Karl Anderson have got to strap themselves in, because 3 weeks from now, that's going to happen. That is going to happen. The Revival and the Good Brothers will be on. They've beaten the tag champs. They're the #1 contenders, and I hope that come that night, they're ready for... Oh my god. Whoa, this wasn't expected at all. And in the ring stands The Undertaker. Everyone else has cleared out, and Undertaker with microphone in hand is responding to Mordecai from last week. To Mordecai, he will reap what he sows. He is not the reaper, he is the one in the path of The Undertaker. There is only one who will rest in peace, and that is Mordecai in the depths of hell. The Undertaker just stunned everyone with that one. The dead man here on Monday Night Raw to deliver a chilling message in return to Mordecai. Oh, this one is gearing up to be a huge showdown between those two. I mean, the big question to ask is, where does it end between those two? How does it end between those two? It's just one of those things that it's so tough to tell. Make no mistake about it, those two guys want nothing more than to get their hands on each other and rip the heads off each other. They want to literally kill one another in order to end this once and for all. That is the depths that we have reached when it comes to The Undertaker and Mordecai. That is what these last, God, almost, 9 months have built up to. Is that final showdown between Undertaker and Mordecai. I hope Mordecai knows what he's getting himself involved with, but he seems to be on a high horse right now. And he certainly showed it 2 weeks ago, when he cost The Undertaker getting into Money in the Bank, taking The Undertaker's own powers away from him to be able to screw him over as well, which was certainly an experience in and of itself. But here comes Roman Reigns towards the ring right now. Reigns is preparing for this one. He, of course, he qualified for Money in the Bank, but he was not involved with that whole malarkey regarding Undertaker and Mordecai. He was instead just beating Jay Lethal to become the #1 pick, I guess, for Monday Night Raw. The first man on Monday Night Raw to join Money in the Bank. And of course the field is confirmed for this Sunday. On Raw we've got Roman Reigns and Triple H. On SmackDown Live it is Chris Sabin and Bobby Fish. On ECW it is Kurt Angle and Roderick Strong. All 6 men looking to get that one briefcase that could make them a world champion. Roman Reigns would like to hold his first world title within this universe, look to become a Triple Crown champion, but he's got to climb up that ladder, he's got to grab that briefcase, and he's got to stop this man from being able to do it as well. The man who is looking for nothing more than an astounding opportunity to be Mr. Money in the Bank, and if he does win that briefcase, well, we know for a fact that Triple H will be on his way to becoming the world champion. Finally! Dreams come true! Triple H could be world champion! We can only hope, anyway. Triple H prepares himself for this matchup against Roman Reigns. He has been geared up for this one. He's been training. He has been getting himself in shape and getting himself focused for the Money in the Bank ladder match. Triple H was the one involved when it came to Undertaker and Mordecai. It seemed like Triple H was going to be eliminated from this. It seemed as if The Undertaker sliced his throat and was prepping up for that tombstone. And then Mordecai showed up. And then Mordecai laid out The Undertaker. And then Triple H came in and took full advantage of it and found himself going to Money in the Bank. The game taking the full opportunity that he could to get himself into Money in the Bank. And now tonight he lines himself up against Roman Reigns here, ready for the chance to be the favorite for Monday Night Raw heading into this one. We've already seen what happened on SmackDown Live regarding the favorite. It's very easy to say that it's Chris Sabin, given the way in which he was victorious over Bobby Fish last week on SmackDown Live. And we'll find out who it's going to be on ECW this week on ECW, because Kurt Angle and Roderick Strong will go one-on-one with each other as well. But of course, there is a huge difference between winning a one-on-one match, as I said on SmackDown Live. There's a huge difference between winning a one-on-one match and climbing a ladder with 5 other men in the ring who are all seeking the same outcome, who are all seeking that briefcase. Triple H and Roman Reigns are opponents here tonight, and they are the only ones in the ring. But on Sunday, there are 4 other men in that ring. They all want to be Money in the Bank. Triple H wants to be Money in the Bank. Roman Reigns wants to be Mr. Money in the Bank. They want that. And they're not going to stop, they're not going to stop themselves from getting it, and they're going to do their best to stop everyone else from getting it as well. There's no brand alliance. There's no temporary alliances either. This is one where every man for himself from the very start until the very end. And it's all about who has the ability to take the punishment, dish out the punishment, and make sure that they can take the chance that is in front of them. Bolt up that ladder, and grab that briefcase. I don't know who the favorite could be classed as, but we're going to find out on Sunday for sure who not only, of course, is the favorite, but who is Mr. Money in the Bank. This one is underway between these two now. Roman Reigns and Triple H squaring off with one another in the main event here of Monday Night Raw. A big showdown between the two men squaring off for that World Heavyweight Championship coming up next. But we have this match to go through first. Roman Reigns again back in Triple H. It was first the turnbuckle, now the ropes. And that hasn't sat well with the game as he responds by slapping Roman Reigns down. I don't know if he meant to do that, but the referee certainly did get in the way, and down went the referee as a result of it. Off the ropes now, Ohno. Nice counter there by Triple H. Brings him down with a Russian leg sweep there. Or reverse DDT, rather. Let's see how both these men will space out this matchup. Make no mistake about it, they may not be favorited by the crowd, but they don't respect each other either. They are very selfish. They're here on Monday Night Raw for themselves. They're not here for the general manager. They're not here for a goal. They're not here to ally with anyone. They are here for strictly themselves and to become the face of Monday Night Raw. Although despite that, the Raw General Manager has been showing some signs of favoritism towards Roman Reigns when he has been on commentary. And by when he has been, I mean that one time he was on commentary. And it might have been 2, maybe, at a stretch. But regardless, no, it's just been 1. But regardless, it has been the case that, Dauro has some etchlings of potential favoritism towards Roman Reigns, but Roman Reigns doesn't really reciprocate that towards him. Triple H off to a good start here now, recovering from that slow beginning, and the strikes starting to come out here from the game. Oh, look at that back body drop there. Nothing Roman Reigns could do. He was basically a passenger to the strength of Triple H. The game now holding him in position. But Roman Reigns able to use his strength there and speed as well to just quickly pulling himself up to his feet there, and off goes Roman Reigns now. Michinoku driver. Both of these men possess incredible strength within one another, as we just see there from Roman Reigns. Deadlift power bomb. And just holding Triple H in place there. The tables have turned in this one. Triple H now on the back foot a little bit, going out of the ring to try and catch his breath. And also to try and gain an advantage here. The outside, certainly somewhere that Triple H has used far more than once before, and is looking to use to his advantage right here, right now. Into the barricade goes Roman Reigns, but the counter's coming back and forth here between these two men. Triple H now into the ring pole. He sends Roman Reigns, and head first into it as well. You could hear the thump that was let out when Roman Reigns' head collided with that pole. Triple H with control now back in his side of the court. These two men going to all lengths to try and be the favorite. Suplex there, and Roman Reigns goes down. You see how Triple H held him in midair as well? Just kind of pulled it off relatively easily, but he's got to hit a lot of big moves if he wants to put away Roman Reigns here tonight. And I think Triple H knows that, and that's why he's going for this one. Pile driver! Cover by Triple H now, but Roman Reigns kicking out very early indeed. Very much so indicating to Triple H that he's got a lot of work to do if he wants to be the #1 contender. Back body drop there. And the crowd is starting to side with Triple H a little bit. Cheering the game on bit by bit as he goes for the cover now. Another early kick out though by Roman Reigns. Seemed to be only a small etchling though that was cheering on Triple H, so... Oh, running knee there, but missed. Nice punch though, will deck Roman Reigns, so good stuff there by Triple H now as this one continues on. Both these men trying to get the advantage. Triple H hits with the big move first. Spine buster, and Triple H at the ready now. He's hooking him in. Triple H. Pedigree to Roman Reigns. And this one could be over. Will a pedigree do the job? And make sure that Roman Reigns isn't going to be the favorite heading into Money in the Bank. No, Roman kicked out at 2. Triple H walking around the ring a little bit there as if to question himself what to do next, how to go about business. And Triple H starting to get a bit aggressive here, just striking at Roman Reigns now. Shot after shot into the head. Elbows now. Point of the elbow just being reined in. No pun intended on Roman Reigns. Reigns needs to fight back here. And oh, well, there we go. He just seems to have found his way back into it. Clothesline. Triple H ducked under it, though. And another hard punch will bring Roman Reigns down. Triple H is in control. He is well and truly in the driver's seat. Maybe spoke too soon. Clothesline there and the game goes down. Whoa, where did it? Roman Reigns! Where did this come from? Reigns in position. Spear by Reigns! Didn't get all of it though, just kind of leapt himself at Triple H, and that is why the game kicked out as early as he did. Roman Reigns didn't get any run up for it, didn't put any extra momentum behind it. He just leapt at Triple H there and took him down. But now Roman Reigns can start to fight back here big time. That spear could have changed everything. 2 clotheslines, and Reigns now with a leaping clothesline. Triple H goes down. Superman punch! And all of a sudden, Triple H has gone from being in complete control of this one to being well and truly on the back foot of Roman Reigns. Oh my God, look at this. Schoolboy powerbomb with ease. Roman Reigns now sets himself up for the big run up and the big spear. He got all of it, but Roman Reigns isn't done. Triple H getting nowhere. Roman Reigns wants to send a definitive message here. 2 in a row. A 3rd spear to Triple H. You can chalk this one up. It is over. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Roman Reigns has finished Triple H here. He hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns is your winner, heading into Money in the Bank. That was a definitive victory there for Reigns, and also a comeback victory as well. His ability to bounce back from being in the state that he was in, from being in that tough predicament where it seemed like he could have been defeated, to all of a sudden, boom, 3 spears in 2 minutes maybe, and it's over. Roman Reigns your winner, Triple H defeated, and now we see what kind of an impact that can have heading into Money in the Bank. Is Triple H going to be a little bit off his game heading into that Sunday? We will find out, but Roman Reigns certainly wants to be the favorite. It's going to be a good one this Sunday, I think, regardless of who the favorite is heading into it. But now it is time for our main event of the evening. It is time for these two men to go face to face with one another. The attacks have been brought in on one another. They have brought each other down with their relative finishing maneuvers. But now here tonight they stand face to face with each other. War of words before Money in the Bank, and the Raw general manager has made sure that neither will attack the other. Here we go. I am ready to watch these two men go face to face with one another. This is the closest they'll get ahead of this Sunday. And you know they are ready for that evening. They are ready for Money in the Bank already. But right now, they just have to get face to face with each other and try and get under the other's skin. CM Punk heads towards the ring. He became the #1 contender by defeating Roman Reigns a few weeks ago. The night after Vengeance, when Marty Scurll was on an absolute high following what he had achieved. CM Punk, though, is ready for this one. The last time we saw Punk was last week. He hit a GTS to Marty Scurll and put him down on the mat. Put him down and out. Can CM Punk do that again this Sunday in his hometown of Chicago, Illinois at Money in the Bank, and with it become the World Heavyweight Champion for the 6th time within this universe? A 6-time World Champion we could be looking at after this Sunday. CM Punk has achieved so much, and what better way to cap it all off? What better way to win that 6th title than in his hometown? However, there is one man who would want to play spoiler in that. There is one man who is destined to try and play spoiler. He played spoiler at WrestleMania and walked out with the world title. He played spoiler at Vengeance and brought Adam Cole away from the Monday Night Raw roster. It's the World Heavyweight Champion, Marty Scurll. And the villain is in full gear. The villain is in full confidence ahead of this stare down. And just to remind Punk what it's all about, he's brought that world title with him. Just to remind him, that is what it's about. Marty Scurll has done so much for himself. This 2018 has been absolutely incredible for Scurll. World champion. And what a feat he has achieved. The two men he fought at WrestleMania to become the world champion aren't even on this brand anymore. He brought Adam Cole to his very knees, essentially, to try and get that title shot, and he brought him off this roster. And now here tonight, he goes face to face with the #1 contender. And it's Scurll who will start things off first, saying that he's wasting his time being in this ring. Why does he have to stand in the ring with CM Punk when he can't even hit Punk, when he can't even choke Punk out? What's the point of being here? In Scurll's eyes, already knowing what will happen this Sunday makes this whole thing pointless. And Punk is in agreement with him. It is pointless because no matter what the outcome is, it will, no matter what happens here tonight, the outcome will not be changed at Money in the Bank. CM Punk's walking in, hitting a go to sleep, and walking out with that world title. In Punk's eyes, though, it's interesting to see what Scurll will have to say here tonight. Oh, and Scurll just reciprocating that by laughing in his face, saying that the go to sleep didn't even end up sleeping, making Scurll go to sleep. If he wanted to sleep, he would watch one of CM Punk's matches. He's not putting Scurll to sleep this Sunday. Scurll's putting him out with a chicken wing and watching as all of CM Punk's fans are let down. And Punk is saying that he is bigger than Marty Scurll. He has a bigger name than Scurll has an ego. CM Punk bringing up WrestleMania, saying that he made it just as big as Scurll did, and he didn't have to insert himself in someone else's business, but Punk left himself open for this. Scurll ran his mouth and won. Punk ran his mouth and lost. Not only did Scurll win, but as I said, he got the two men who he fought to leave this brand. They tapped out, and at Money in the Bank, so will CM Punk. Oh, and Punk just jumping to conclusions, calling Scurll delusional. It's been a short time for Punk on Raw, but it has been better than anything it took for Scurll has happened around here. He came in, he knocked the door down, and he has fought for his position. And his prediction for Sunday has been made. Scurll is the next one in line. And Scurll is reminding Punk how things work around here. There's only one top guy. There's only one guy who is the baddest, and that is the world champion. That is the man who is on the poster of every single show. That is Marty Scurll. That is not CM Punk, and it seems as if Scurll has no intentions of letting that change. But Punk disagrees. That is changing this Sunday in his eyes. He is going to be the face of this brand, and one that people can be proud of. He's going to do it at his hometown. Marty can't slow him down. He can't stop him. And in Punk's eyes, that scares the villain. And CM Punk is not going to let Marty Scurll get in edgeways to talk. He knows deep down inside of him, Marty Scurll is scared. He's not Adam Cole. He's not Jinder Mahal. He's better than them. He's the best in the world for a reason. On June 16th, he proves it. He will make Scurll go to sleep in the ring in his hometown and leave the world heavyweight champion. And you can tell the animosity in that ring. Both men want to hit each other right now in the face. Both men want to bring each other to their knees. Both men want to hit a go to sleep. Both men want to lock in a chicken wing. But they've got to wait until this Sunday for that to happen. They stare each other down now. But on June 16th, this Sunday, actions will be taken. They will speak far louder than the words in this ring. But has this changed anything? Has tonight changed anything? Are we looking at the 6-time world champion, or will we still hail the villain?